Speaking now is Paul Webb, who will be talking about deploying Jekyll sites like a boss. Paul's calling from Boston, where he works as a solution architect for Qualeralt. I think that's how you pronounce it. Okay, over to you, Paul.
All right. So, yes, actually, it's Quiralt. That's the last name of our founder. Um, yeah, it's a Spanish name. But yes, I work as a front-end web designer and developer, and my last name's Webb. That's just a convenience. That's just a coincidence, rather. This industry didn't exist when I was born, so that's awesome. I get to live up to my name. Uh, so at Quirrell, I generally do like IoT stuff. I design and develop the front end for our dashboards and whatnot, where my coworker, he does all the platform and thinks up of crazy things. I just make it look pretty. So yeah. Oh, if you go to our website, it's not pretty. I didn't design it. This was before my time, so just know we're making awesome stuff. It's just not public facing. It's just certain clients that get to see that cool stuff. So, ooh, Inception. All right, I'm just going to go over here. This is my website that I figured out how to deploy to Jekyll. No, deploy to a DigitalOcean rather. And it's running Jekyll. Um, yeah, so I am basically going to go through how to basically deploy this again on a new server because I figure why not? Last night I actually had an issue with updating the kernel for this particular site, and the site was down for several hours as I figured it out, but it wasn't such a bad thing. So I figure I would go through creating the server and all that good stuff, and then setting it up to get deployed. So I am on DigitalOcean right now and creating this. This is just going to live for the tutorial that I'm doing right here. I whatever, don't care about the host name. So as this gets created and I get an email saying, hey, here's how you log into your server, I guess I will go into more about what I am using to deploy. And it is a piece of software called Capistrano. I will not be using the latest Capistrano version, which is 3 point something, because it adds a bunch of stuff that you don't necessarily need, uh, like some, I don't know, some Hero thing. But yeah, you know all that stuff. The version I am using is 2.15.5. So here's the server. Currently, there is absolutely nothing here, which is okay. We expect this. Maybe I should have my mail app open. Should be getting an email shortly. In the meantime, let's set this up. Oh yes, here we go. So I will copy the URL here. Yes. It sends a password. And as I'm logged in, it will prompt you to change your password. It asks for a current password. I'm just going to put in a fake password and boom. Okay. Need a new password. That's good for security. Can't have 4-letter passwords. All right. So the first thing we are going to do is install Nginx because that's just awesome. And as I am root, I don't have to use sudo. Certain people will tell you that it is best to create a new user account with like some privileges, but basically don't log in as root, or you will do terrible things to your server and allow yourself to get hacked. I'm not going to get into that for this tutorial. But that is installed. So we have Nginx installed. Fabulous. Now what I like to do, well, what I did yesterday, oops. Oh, I did not realize I can do this. Ah, new feature. What I did last night is I created a snapshot right after I created my new server, so I could just go in and actually let me go to the droplet. I actually did it on snapshots, so I can just create a brand new Nginx node server next time. I installed npm for some reason, but yeah, you can do the same thing. And what this basically does is if you want to create a brand new droplet, you could just select this instead of going through that process as last time. Now, for this server, ooh, should I? Well, actually, yes, I think I should open up Nginx. I mean, not Nginx, transmit. As you can see, it's just, you can use any, like, obviously, SFTP program to put this stuff. Oh, nope, that's the old password. Good. Maybe I should put this over here anyway. Get this. All right, save it and get into this folder. Okay, for some reason this is like tweaking. All right, we want to go to, var www html, create a new folder, call it releases, which is where your Capistrano awesomeness is going to be in. And I already have this up over here. Nope, nope, aha. So every time I push, if things change, then it's just going to create a new folder complete with everything you would typically see in the underscore site folder. Actually, this should just open it up over here. Version 2 over here. So, of course, you know, Jekyll would automatically compile stuff to this. So all this automatically gets pushed into here. And then we have a symlink current that would just go to the latest push. But getting a little ahead of ourselves here. Just wanted to let y'all see that. Let's see. Oh, right. So I know you can access files via the terminal on servers, but I find that extremely confusing. I like using nano and stuff. I mean, if you are a super pro person, you can figure that out, but I like going to do things in the server myself. Nginx sites available, default. And this is all of your configuration stuff for the server. So we want to update the root rule, which is right here. Currently, it's showing us where our site is serving from, which you can see here. Oops. Well, where we were previously. So it's just going to take whatever is in this folder and serve it. Currently, it's just this page, which you see here. What we want to do, though, is update it to our future symlink. Then after that gets saved, you are going to want to run Nginx, no wait, what is it? Service Nginx restart. However, since we haven't done anything with that, it's going to be like, hey, there's nothing here. What? Why are you making me do this? Now I'm going to go into my, oh, actually, let me just copy this real quick. Go into my Capistrano file. Now I'm actually skipping over some stuff, but with Capistrano, well, the version that I'm using, 2.15.5, wait, actually, you know what? Why don't I just show you? because I wrote a post on this a while ago. However, with what I did last night, this post is kind of wrong, and I'm just going to create a brand new one. But you want to install this version of Capistrano, uh, and then Capify. This is when you have a new one, obviously, and it will create two files: cap file, which you don't need to do anything with. I mean, it just has these two rules. Typically, for a Jekyll site, you're not going to need to change anything. And it will also create a folder called config, and inside this folder, a file called deploy.rb. And as you can see, also, deploying here. So I currently have this file all, set up. So I would just go through what is in it so you can understand precisely what's going on here. So the repository is obviously the folder that Jekyll automatically puts stuff in when it's compiling. This rule on line 4, I'm not sure what it means. I forgot to check for that, but Capistrano 3 just removes this, and for some reason when I was trying to upgrade this tutorial to Capistrano 3, there was like all this other stuff that they changed and also added like a CLI service that it for some reason cannot run without, even though it's optional. Yeah, I didn't want to inundate you guys with all this unnecessariness, so figure just stick with the tried and trusted. User is root. This is what I SSH into the server as. Of course, if you do not use root, just update this with whoever username that you want to go to. And the IP address, currently mine is this, but since we are using a new server, let's give it that. So this IP address is of the brand new server we just created that currently has nothing going for it because it's terrible. I actually do not need this deploy update, as I realized last night as well, because these before and after rules, they pertain to the task here. So update Jekyll, this is just removing the generated site folder, building it, and removing the generated files from Capistrano, because you don't need this in your site config. It's just a waste. And it creates a symlink, so it tells your site to look at the current and the latest release. So when you push your site using Capistrano, when people go to your website, they'll automatically see the latest stuff. And I noticed when doing this the first time, permissions on my images and some of my script files were just wrong. And it was extremely frustrating because like people want to go to my site to read things, look at things, and I like pictures. So them not showing up, yeah, easy fix, just fix the permissions. So that's pretty much all this is, all this file needs. Save that. And so now all you need to do, I hope I'm not missing a step. I updated the root with this. Oh no, this is my new one. This is the other one. Okay, yes. This is the file for my design.io, which I would go over because it has SSL stuff later. But for this is fine. So if I go into here, oh, what? Am I in the right? Oh, for some reason, all caps. I don't even know why that matters. I thought I changed the file in here. All right, Jekyll. Oh, I did not change anything. Okay, so I had this in my mind. I just didn't do it. I just wanted to make a quick change just so you guys can see. But since I'm going to a new server anyway, it does make sense. But I was going to put a message for JekyllConf like here. I guess I can still do that since it's here, right here. So have that in here. What do you mean it's not a word? It truly is a word. So now we see we have a change here on my me page. So I'll just commit that real quick. Oh yeah, did I not do this before? Oh, I was playing around with my host file earlier because when my server got messed up, I had to create a new one, and it was like, hey, design.io, someone's trying to hack you. So yeah, I had to delete some stuff. But you go cap deploy. No, what? Of course this would happen. Am I? Wait, oh. Is it because this is one? Let's try that again. Hmm. Well, isn't this interesting? That is weird. Why isn't this working now? Oh, brother.
Maybe we'll get a live demo of debugging catastrophic problems.
Yes, this is ridiculous. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens to everyone. Like I always thought like, oh, that's not an issue. That's not. I am truly befuddled right now. Hmm. All right, let me see. Um, Man not found. Okay, well, cap is found. Uh, what? Huh. Well, I assure you this works.
Yeah.
It worked yesterday.
So we could either try and fix the problem, or we could just go on to talking about the next step after, yeah, what would happen if that had worked. It's up
Yes.
to you, Paul.
Yeah, that is definitely fine. I'm just wondering, like, oh, wait. Did it? Mm, hold on. Maybe because I deleted this slide, I didn't think I needed. Okay, I'm just do this one more time. Oh my gosh. So yeah, turns out I did need that line. What? I don't have a task that says update. Well, learn something new, everyone. So you currently need that. Actually, I was putting in a server. So this is the password for the new server I created. And once that is finished, oh, come on, Verizon. Thank you. Oh, something failed. Cannot access current. Hmm. So it's saying there's no symlink being created for some reason. Well, I can't. Yeah, I'll just go with what happens after that. So after you deploy to, after you deploy Capistrano, you should see your site show up, and everything is fine. Uh, Interesting because the releases are showing up.
Awesome. I'm very impressed with you doing a live demo like that. Even if you didn't, you got it 99% of the way there anyway.
Yep. For some reason, my like Symlink is going somewhere else. Um, this is so bizarre. But yeah.
Do you want to carry on, or do you want to jump into Q&A?
Oh, yes. Trying to see what else I had. I think. Oh, well, I guess I can go into how your server setup should be. Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
So if you are using Nginx, and if you are using SSL, I should add that. Here's what I'm currently using for mine. This is just in the like default sites available file. For ease of use, everything's here. You can, however, create a brand new file to have your new server directives and whatnot, and then just link to that. But just to make things simple, I put everything here. So if you have SSL, you just put these things here: the name of your server, the root of your server, and Siri thought I was saying something weirdly. Your SSL certs, and then in your main server directive, or your old one, I guess, you need to do a redirect. So when someone tries to go to a non-secure path on your site, you just return 301 HTTPS, and this automatically does everything for you. You don't have to do anything else, which is awesome. In Apache, it's a bit weird. I'm always confused, like, do I use htaccess or some other things? And in Nginx, it's just awesome. It's purely simple. Uh, and I guess I just wanted to add this note for anyone who wanted to use an EV SSL cert for their site. Just go with Cert Simple. This is not like a sponsored thing or whatever. I'm just trying to save people, oh my God, so much headache. It took me weeks to try and get an EV SSL cert on a server a couple weeks ago, and then with Cert Simple, 6 hours last weekend, which was awesome. So when you want to, well, anytime you want to make changes on a server, I guess I should add this too. You want to run service nginx restart whenever you change any of the well, I guess like files like this when you're changing stuff about the server, and then it will instantly update. Or if there's an issue, it will tell you what command you could run to fix said issues. But yeah, that is basically it. That's how you would do that. Oh, actually, I should add one more thing. Let me config YAML. So you will want to exclude cap file and the config folder when you generate your site. This should work, but sometimes it did not work, which is why I have in my deploy file to just remove those files anyway. So this is just backup. But yeah, this is terrible. But yeah, that is my talk, I guess.
Awesome. Great. Thank you very much, Paul. Yeah, that's it's intense.
I'm trying to like stop the screen sharing. It's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that live demo. That was really interesting. So what? How long does a deploy typically take using Capistrano?
Like 5 seconds tops.
Yeah.
It's just cap deploy and then boom, it's already up.
Yeah. And can you run any other scripts other than? I guess you're just deploying the _ site directory. I was thinking, like if you wanted to minify the site, or minify the CSS or JavaScript, would you do that in Capistrano, or would you do that using a separate tool?
Yeah, no, you would use that using Jekyll, Jekyll plugins.
Yeah.
By default, well, in the config.yaml file, you can tell it to just minify the CSS. So that part's easy. But as far as JavaScript and whatnot, there are other um, kind of things you can use. I actually have a default template where I found it somewhere, I forget where, but it automatically compresses all of the HTML. So it looks garbled and ugly,
Hmm.
obviously, when you look at the source, but I mean, humans don't need to see that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Um, yeah, and do you want to just talk a wee bit about the different Jekyll websites that you've been working on?
Yeah, so ever since I ran into Jekyll like 2012 over at Thoughtbot, I've just been like, I don't need to learn WordPress and Expression Engine and all these other things. I mean, I liked using those things, but after a while, it's just like, Jekyll is just like super simple. I can just use that. It's easy. But lately, I've been getting into Feathers JS, which is a like platform on top of Express, and that's cool for just making web apps. But for super simple things, Jekyll's fine. So I've been doing kind of both, making simple sites and then making web apps and other like fancy things on top of Feathers.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Awesome. That's all the questions we have, and thank you very much for speaking today.
Thank you for having me.